You know, here we go. And we're back with the Vacuous perspective. Holy shit.
Mate, where are you? Oh, yeah, you're Val.
I'm Val, Nate. You're having a jig.
I'm Nate. I'm off screen. Coming back, working my way back. These are some moves I picked up recently.
Holy shit. Brand new moves.
Yeah. Bit of a new software, a patch or something, bit of a download I had.
Oh shit. So like the Matrix where you now know Kung Fu, but now you now know this.
I've learned how to rumba.
Dance. Hey, I met someone who really enjoyed the Matrix 4.
Other than me.
You liked it as well?
I kind of liked it. I think you were poo-pooing it, so I tried not to be too bullish about it.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'll watch it again.
There you go. Who was it?
Oh, just a friend.
Yeah. Well, where have you been? Where have you been? I didn't realize you went somewhere because I didn't know. Then you sent me this message saying you were somewhere, and I was.
Oh yeah. No, I flew over to Melbourne for the weekend.
So you're Melbourneian now.
Well, I was a Melbourneian for a couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about it?
How did I feel about
being a Melbourneian?
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Just even if it was just for a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I like it there.
Yeah.
No, I went to a engagement party.
Yeah, right. Of course.
Yeah. And it was great. All his friends were like really great, lovely.
Awesome. So where do you find these friends? Like paid actors?
Yeah, maybe a few paid actors in there, but I think it was work friends, uni friends, and then just friends of friends.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
And you of course have boyfriends of friends and girlfriends of friends. So the party was pretty big. I was pumping.
Yeah. Because I was just saying he hasn't been there that long. That's all.
It's been 4 years.
Not a top bloke.
Oh no, yeah. No, he goes all right.
It's just like if I just moved to the other side of Australia, I just you don't have that network. I'd have to be like virtually videoing you in on.
That would be weird.
Yeah, but you'd sort of. It would be weird. It would be weird actually if there was just you on the wall, sort of just commenting on people walking by and stuff. Anyway, tell me more. I heard there was a lot of chicken.
Oh no, there was lots of food at the party. The party was well catered for. It was at his place in Melbourne. It was a lovely spot. And there was this one guy there that no one really liked.
Nobody? Did you do a quick census?
It was pretty much a consensus. Yes.
Yeah, consensus reached. Yeah, what was wrong with him?
He was the partner of one of their friends, and apparently just picks bad dudes.
So
yeah, so she's a bit of a notorious like bad dater.
Okay. She likes the bad boys, guys. Maybe.
No, they're just not even a bad boy, just like
the dickhead.
He's a bit of a dickhead. And I thought he was sort of a friend, so he's in the fan bam as far as I'm concerned. He's at the party with the thing, and
if you're friends with
exactly,
then
and so
friend of mine, friend by association. Sorry,
and he's doing the whole like, and it brings up something that I want to talk about. He's done the whole, punch in your Instagram. If I'm ever in Perth, I'll hit you up, kind of thing.
Oh wait, so he sort of compelled you to add him to your Instagram?
Yeah, so that we could be connected.
Oh,
now if following someone new on Instagram costs like $1 or $10 or something, right? Then you'd have recourse to say something like, "Look, man, I'm a bit skint at the moment, so I'm not adding people at the moment. Just in general.
Yeah.
I'm sort of just in a non-adding phase at the moment, so just don't worry about it, kind of thing." Then he just asks for your number, right? And then he's got you. So the problem is that it's like it's too easy, it's free, and it's so fast that there's no way to get out of this situation.
You have absolutely nailed a new business opportunity. Friends shouldn't be free.
Well,
we have an app where
yeah,
they pay us
yeah.
to have friends.
What?
Each friend they have to pay $1, and it goes to us.
Why would people? Why would
Well,
people
no,
want?
we get 90%, and then the friend gets 10%. So, like,
This
the
is a
friend,
pyramid scheme.
pretty much. But you're right. They're devaluing friendships. Friendships should have a monetary value.
Not a
Maybe they can
monetary
donate.
value.
Maybe
It
you can
has.
donate every time you join a friend. They say, "Would you like to donate some money to your friend?" And we take a cut, a big cut.
Yeah, I don't see it taking off, but I'm sure with the right marketing campaign, I'm sure it's got legs. I'm sure someone's just going to do it, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll put that on the back burner. Don't forget about that one. We'll revisit that.
So it's a part of our culture to not be like. There was no way for me to say, "Hey, man, like, I don't want to hang out if you came over," right? You're in that sort of where you sort of just have to say, "Oh yeah, of course."
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Have you heard from him since the
Oh,
party?
definitely not.
Oh, good. So he hasn't booked flights.
I know. I hope not.
Yeah. Good.
And
Yeah. Okay.
oh, what's good, right? So my mum and dad flew over as well.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
they're partying like
It was
as hard.
1979.
They're partying as hard, if not harder, than everybody else at the party. You know what
Oh,
I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
They're going, but they're doing a really good job, right? Mum's walking around with food, and um, you know, dad's chatting to everybody, making sure he talks to everybody and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So they were all doing great, and Elliot did a quick, or my brother did a quick speech, and then uh, his partner made a quick speech, and then my father made a quick speech,
Hell yeah.
right? And he said, "It's
Do you have a
lovely."
recording of this by any chance?
No, but
No.
I can give you the highlights.
Okay. Yeah.
He said, "My son has told me that he has a wonderful group of friends who are all beautiful and smart and fantastic people. It's a pity none of them could join us here tonight." Right? I think he opened with that. It's a good opener.
Brilliant. That's a good opener. That's a banger.
I think he's used it before. He should mention when he does it that he's used it before. That's
Oh, you can't do that.
yeah, I would. You got to own it. And then he said, "No, oh, that's a joke. Obviously, you're all wonderful, wonderful people. I've had the opportunity to speak to a lot of you so far tonight, and there's only really been one dickhead, but I think he's gone now, and he had left already." And about 70% of the crowd laughed at the joke because they got it, because they had been in the 70% that had interacted with this guy. So it was a fun. It was actually a really great party.
He's on
Fantastic.
fire. Can I pay him to speak at my wedding? Maybe he will do other social engagements, like a sort of like a comedic performance, bit of stand up.
Yeah, I didn't give you the low lights.
Yeah, what was the low light?
I can't remember, but I'm sure it was as good as the highlights.
Well, that's what makes them. You need a bit of light and shade to your performance, because
Yeah,
that's
no, I
what
think
makes
you.
the peak soar, is by having some troughs. If you're always pretty good and you just then have a couple of bangers, people forget that they just think you're average. But if you suck sometimes and then kill it, that's
Yeah,
when people remember.
yeah.
Smart man, your dad.
Yeah. Mum said a few words as well,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
she covered the bits that he wouldn't have in his bits.
All the substance and the feeling.
Yeah, which was nice. She did so. Yeah, they did such a good job, and yeah. So actually flew over on the Friday, and just not a great flight because couldn't get any of the entertainment to work, right?
Right. But your
And
screen was just bit.
No, I didn't have a screen. It was on. It's all through on my
Oh
phone,
yeah,
right?
no, it's
So
bullshit.
I
Yeah, it's
was
bullshit. Hate that.
just couldn't get it to work properly, and just sort of gave up and had low battery on my phone anyway. So it was all
Jeez,
bad news
you were
bears.
just left to your own thoughts. Are you okay?
Yeah. A little bit. I tried to just nod off a little bit. It didn't really work.
What did you do for a few hours without intense sensory input?
Yeah, I'm sure it was that traumatic that I've now deleted it from my memory banks completely. I don't really remember what I did. I must have listened to something on my that I already had recorded on my phone. Maybe that would have
Yeah.
been an hour or so. Um, yeah, I played a bit of cards on my phone. I made sure I downloaded a card game to my phone because I don't have games on my phone.
What are you playing, like solitaire or something?
I was playing euchre.
Oh, Euchre's actually pretty fun. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay,
Play that.
so that was the trip there. That was pretty bad. So sort your Wi-Fi out, guys. It's bad. I don't. Yeah, and then the flight back was worse. Let me tell you about the flight back.
Worse than no entertainment.
Let me tell you about the flight back. It's bad.
Yeah.
So
It's a bit longer on the way back as well, isn't it? Extra hour.
yeah, it depends on when you fly, but yeah.
And for people joining us from our international listeners that don't understand, Perth's what was it, Melbourne? Perth's what, 4.5 to Melbourne and then what, 5 back?
It was actually 3.5 there, 4 on the way back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because you're riding the wind on the way there.
Which to me seems a bit bizarre, doesn't it? Riding the wind, it's a plane. Like, you think the wind wouldn't affect it that much.
It obviously affects it enough.
A lot.
Yeah. So the flight back's always just, oh man, it's going to be a bit longer than the last one. You're just thinking like, oh god, that's gonna suck, kind of thing. Hate that, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit longer. It's only just a bit longer, right? It's fine. About 2 hours into the flight, start feeling a bit rough.
Oh.
Getting a headache. Got that, like, you know how your glands in your mouth start secreting something as if to say, hey buddy, guess what we're doing soon? And you go, what? It's like, we're vomiting. We're gonna vom.
Oh no, really?
Tonight. Yeah. We're gonna do it tonight.
Now.
No, not
Soon.
now. Not now. It was just
soon.
prep. It was just prep. Jeez, it was my brain letting my mouth know that it's going, hey, soon it's going down, right?
Were your glands swollen at all, or they were just secreting?
No, so then it's just that feeling. You've got a tingly feeling in your mouth.
No.
In the sides of your mouth. Yeah, in the
sides.
And I'm just like, something is happening here. Now, there was no real reason for me to feel ill, but I was feeling it. And I knew that we had 2 hours left of this flight, right? So I'm thinking, oh, this is bad, right? So I got this massive banging headache.
Awesome.
And just need the water. Like, can I have some water kind of thing? I just want water. Just want to drink water to make up for all the times I don't drink water.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's normally a Coke or,
no, but like
OJ on a plane.
I'm usually pretty good, with the waters when I'm out and about, right? Mm-hmm. So it's all good. I'm having some of that. I've got this banging headache, and I was telling myself in my brain, I was lying to myself, saying, "Don't worry, man, because there's an announcement coming where they say we're about to begin our descent into Perth." Right? They make that announcement, and you know that you're about 40 minutes out.
Yeah.
And then you go, cool. So after that, I'll be fine. But you're not. You're lying again, because then you got to get out of the airport and get into a taxi.
It does take some time, doesn't it? You're still looking at 20 minutes to get off that damn plane. Get your bag, maybe. Did you have a bag to collect?
No, no baggage. Just carry on. So just walking straight out. Love that.
Yeah. So you didn't have to. You just straight into a Uber or a cab.
Straight into the first cab off the rank.
Yeah.
No line. So you're still 35 minutes from doorstep. Walked in the door. Started running the shower. I was like, this is going to be great. Run the shower. Ran the shower and went, no, it's vom time. And I made it so I went to the toilet. I had a vom.
Oh, no.
Had a bit more vom, and then had the shower. Felt fantastic.
Oh, the shower after a flight. What a dream that is.
It was great.
And so you're feeling better now.
Yeah,
You made
I
a full
feel
recovery. So
fine.
this was
Full
Sunday.
recovery.
Was this Sunday after
A couple of days
Sunday?
ago, yeah, a couple of days ago.
And yeah, all right. And you went to work on Monday. You're fine.
Didn't go to work on Monday, but yes, I'm fine. So, something else happened on the flight. I was
other than your tingly glands.
Other than the threat of vom.
What happened?
I was sitting with. There was a space between me and the guy next to me. So there was that I was in the window seat. He was in the aisle seat. There was a space in between. That was nice, right?
Yeah, perfect.
And he looked like he was the coach of some sort of high school lacrosse team.
How do you look like that? Do
they
have a look? Do they?
They were wearing their lacrosse shirts that had the word lacrosse on them, and they all had them.
So I thought there was a look. I thought you were like, yeah, he just looks like that sort of high school lacrosse kind of person. I was like, is there a stereotypical?
No. The answer is no. But this group of kids were lacrosse kids on a plane talking about training and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sitting next to the coach. Well, there's a seat in between us, but I'm sitting next to the coach, right? So he's the leader of the group.
Okay.
Now,
so they're in year 11 or 12. The kids
I'd say something
and
like
the coaches.
I'd say something like that. Yeah. They've flown over something. They're obviously a pretty big deal because you don't just fly over everybody.
Could be a school trip though. Sometimes the school trips they just try and get everyone involved.
They
might suck, right?
Oh, maybe. I don't know who they are though. I don't know which school. So we can't trash them or find out any stats.
We won't.
About sort of this midway point through the flight where my head starts to bang and I'm starting to feel that vomiting feeling, right?
Yeah.
About that time, and I should actually go back a bit to the departure lounge, right?
Okay.
Because I'm sitting at the departure lounge, and in front of me was this. I want you to try and get a mental image of this man. Okay, I'm going to describe him.
Right.
He's the douchiest looking douchebag ever. Right, douchebag.
Okay, I've got it. Yeah.
Now I'm going to tell you his age.
Picture. All right.
It's going to alter the image slightly.
Okay.
He's about 50.
Okay.
He's trim. Looks good. Dresses good, right?
Bit overconfident.
Banging young wife / girlfriend.
Okay.
Like a stunning lady, right?
Okay. Has he got a salmon polo on and the collar's popped?
It's pretty close, but we're talking frosted tips kind of thing.
You're kidding me.
Well, sort of. It's either his natural frosted tips but he's shaved the side of his head. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got that. Anyway, he's this guy, right?
You should have taken a picture.
I couldn't take a picture.
No, okay.
But people can have their own mental images. At about halfway through the flight, these two just stand up and walk straight down the aisle together.
Okay, the douche and his partner.
And his lovely lady.
Yeah.
They just walk past everybody, right? And just go to the toilet area.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then about a minute and a half later, the captain announces over the PA, we're going through some turbulence here. Everyone needs to return to their seats, put their seatbelts on, and he says cabin crew need to be seated as well and seatbelts on for this part as well.
Okay, so you just saw them walk. You just noticed them walking into the
everyone did. Right?
Yeah,
everybody did. Okay, they didn't try. If they were doing what everybody knows they were doing, they didn't try and hide it by saying, "Look, I'm going to go down in the back and I'm going to be in the stall on the right, and you just come in 5 minutes, 1 minute, and knock on the door and I'll let you in." And then
they weren't playing any games.
They just went hand in hand, and doesn't give a shit, right? Walking down, it was a thing, right? And so the captain says, "There's going to be some turbulence, so we're just going to get you to do all this stuff. So get back in your seats, and until the seatbelt light turns off, right?"
Yeah.
And so we're in this turbulence, probably about 7 or 8 minutes, maybe a bit longer, and about 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes after the seatbelt sign comes back off, these two emerge. If they did come out of separate stalls at the same time, right?
Right.
So they've either timed their shits to perfection, or they were in the same stall. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. This is all speculation.
We can make some assumptions here. I
Yeah,
think we're
there's definitely some
intelligent
assumptions.
adults,
Okay,
particularly because he was a douchebag. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so they walk back to their seats, and all good. And at the end of the flight, the lacrosse team are having a discussion. They're sort of talking amongst themselves when you're waiting to get off the flight. You know how there's that moment where everyone's just sort of yarning because we made it, we're not all dead. Everyone's sort of fears of being dead are gone, and they're just happy to be on dry land, right?
Celebrating.
Yeah.
Bit of a celebration. You're having a chat. Everyone's in good spirits, and they're finally off the plane, right?
Well, they're about to be, which is like goal one. And there was some clapping. You know how people do the landing clap?
Shit.
Yeah. But they were doing it. It was the lacrosse boys at the back of the plane, so you can forgive them because they're on a trip, right?
Yeah. All right.
Could have been guilty of that sort of stuff, sure. And it was just one guy doing it, which made it hilarious, I think. Anyway, they were talking amongst themselves, and they say, "Did anyone happen to spot the couple going to the toilet thing before the turbulence began?" And one of the other guys was like, "Yeah, it's fair play," kind of thing, right?
Mm.
And the coach was obviously supportive of this sort of this locker room chatter, in public. Yeah, it was great. Now,
do you see?
That's my story of the plane trip. Yeah, with the vomiting and stuff, and like vomiting when I get home stuff, and with the the lacrosse boys and the man and his lady who definitely had sex on the plane. Right,
very different experiences, yours and his.
That's what I was going to say. My story is that, but his story or their story is way better. You want to know their story?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So their story is like, he looked at her when, just from across and was like, had that look in his eyes, like, oh, you're looking real good. And she was like looking in his eyes, and she was like, oh man, we're just gonna have to have sex on this plane, right? With her eyes. She said that all with her eyes, right? And he said, oh, okay. And so, and she's like, she sort of said with her eyes again, like, she's like, I don't even care if everyone knows we're going, like, we're just going, right?
They're having a full-blown eye conversation at this point.
Yeah, they're just having a full chat. And then it's like, so we're just going to walk down the aisle, and they go in there, right? And the clothes are coming off or whatever, and they're having a great time, right? And then the turbulence happens, and it's even better, right? They're just loving it even more, right? It's just, it's full like movie style, right? They're just, they're rock stars, right?
They might think that they're going to die a little bit. They're soaking at the same time. Maybe he could have just penetrated and just stood there, and then the turbulence would do the rest. And if he's Mormon, he's, we covered soaking in the last episode. Maybe you don't know.
He's covered. Yeah, that's
Mormon
true.
Workaround for sex before marriage.
Oh, the turbulence sex. But you need a friend there, don't you? To jump.
No, God can do it.
The turbulence
God can do it.
Right.
Yeah, via the airplane. Okay.
So either that happened, right? Which is their story, which is like that pretty great story. Or this is the other side of the story, right? They go, she was looking at me with those, oh, I just want to have sex with you eyes right now. And I was doing the same thing. And then we went down the aisle and we got into the toilet stall. And then the captain said that we're going to go through some turbulence, and it was a nightmare. She was all over the place. I was banging my head on everything. I'm pretty injured. Like, I've got these bruises. No sex was had. No fun was had. It was turbulent as hell. It was a nightmare in there. There's a reason they tell you, you can't use the toilets during turbulence. That's the other story that was possible.
Should have asked him. But how'd you go in there, mate?
How did it go? Tell me. Anyway, if you're out there and you're a listener, and you feel a bit outed, let us know.
You got to be careful. There's not a lot of room in those toilets. There's not a lot of room to move. I don't know if that's intentional or just an efficient use of space.
I think it's both.
They really sort of jam you in. Like, you can't even stand up straight.
Yeah, no,
I find like my head's like on an angle when I'm using the basin in there.
Yeah. They're not built for it. They should have sex toilets on the plane because
bespoke sex. Yeah, it's one where
yeah,
you
because
can.
I spoke to a friend of mine about this,
Hmm.
and they said, I don't want to I don't want to go to the toilet in a place where someone just like had sex in. Like that's disgusting, right? And I go, yeah, but like, someone just he's probably thinking, man, he just announces to the cabin, hey guys, we're just going to go have sex now in the cabin. Hope there's no turbulence. But I'm going to be super clean about it. I've got some disinfectant in my pocket. I've got some sponges and shit. I've even got a fucking mop. I'm going to make this thing so schmick when we're done in there that you're not even going to know anyone's been in there. In fact, it's going to be cleaner than it's ever been.
He's not splooging on the toilet seat or anything. Like, I mean,
No,
but the way people piss all over stuff, like all the
that's what I'm
time,
saying.
public toilets, it's fucking disgusting. I'm like, I'm cleaning up everyone else's piss because I don't want them thinking it's me. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one. That's I've heard comedians talk about that before. Like, you flush the toilet and one little, you've been real careful not to make a mess, and a droplet comes up on the toilet bowl, and then what do you call it? The seat,
Yeah,
right? And then
on
you
the
have to
seat.
wipe it, and then you
Yeah.
put the toilet paper back in, and you flush it. Another little drop comes up, and you're in this perpetual cycle of cleaning, and because you don't want someone will just assume it's piss.
Yeah, exactly.
But I come in there, I know it's piss. You can tell when it's piss. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking sprayed everywhere. It's not like one drop from the.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, yeah, quite a wild time. Sounds like your plane trip sucked, but you're here, and you're better for it.
Yeah. No, but what I was going to say is that he's sort of saying, look, if I was to be tidy in there, if I'm going to clean up after myself, does that make you feel okay about this, that we're going to go do that? Because, and if people go, no, that's disgusting. You can't have sex in the, no, it's disgusting. He's like, so you guys just fucking shit in there and you don't even give it, so those 20% of you that don't even wash your hands when you're done, like, you're using that guy's toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this guy, he's got mop in hand. He didn't have a mop in his hand.
Yeah, but he went in there with a woman.
What does that mean?
Of course she'll clean up.
Oh no.
Maybe he was testing her. He was like, I'll see how far I can push this. He's just a dirty grub, and
I think that much is clear.
He needs like some kind of someone else to clean up after him.
Oh. Anyway, it is illegal, so don't do it, kids.
Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely illegal.
Fornicate in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you sign a thing that says you're not going to do that.
I'd like to see that bit of legislation or the rules, how they define it, because soaking is a workaround in the eyes of God.
Yeah, apparently. But I don't think the eyes of God are looking at these particular cases.
What I'm saying is the eyes of God, what religion is a set of rules. Ostensibly, It's just a set of rules. And the way the Mormons think they're getting around sex before marriage is that they've read the rule and they say, well, if that's what sex is, I can just not do that very thing. It doesn't say you can't penetrate someone.
Well, we're going to have to do some research on what they regard as sex then.
Well, at least they think they've got a workaround, but they haven't had a judge look at it. They haven't had a judge look at that situation and say whether it is sex before marriage or not. They just think they've got away with it. And this is the thing. The airlines will have a set of rules, and there will be
workarounds.
What happens. Like, are you allowed to masturbate in a airline toilet?
I'd say no.
Is that written, or is that just common sense?
Yeah, it's probably common sense, right? But
what? So what? There's unwritten rules now that I'm supposed to know about.
Yeah, but like it'll say a lot of. There could be a lot of things in the rules, like you can't like set off a firework in there.
Do you reckon? See, this is the thing. The rules don't happen until somebody does it, and they should think, "Fuck, did we write that down?" Like, geez, we need to put that in writing. It definitely takes one guy to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. Back in my day, we used to masturbate on planes all the time.
Well, it blows me away. People at work saying back in even the 80s, they would sit down, like they'd be smoking in the lifts.
Yeah. Yeah, the
And they
smoking
would,
thing always gets me. Yeah.
yeah, I know, right? Someone comes in their office and they'll both be like having a chat and just having a smoke,
You just got your
discussing.
desk. You're at your desk and you're smoking. Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird.
Well,
Can
you're
you
more
imagine if I just
productive.
started doing that? Can you imagine I just started to light up a cigarette? It's fucking the sprinklers are on, the firemen are running up the stairs of the building, the whole
Yeah.
building's being evacuated.
And you're just like, I'm trying to bring it back. I'm trying to bring it back.
I just
I've been
really
watching
needed a
Mad Men.
durry. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm gonna be like Michael Jordan just smoking a big cigar.
Yeah. No, you just set off fire alarms and get in trouble. Now you have to go to a designated area now to smoke.
Yeah, it's about not getting caught though. I guess, isn't it? You can break the rules if a tree falls in the forest, no one's around to hear it.
Yeah, if a ciggy gets smoked where there's no smoke detectors,
Did it get
did a
smoked?
ciggy even get smoked? Yeah.
It's kind of like yeah. Did you hear about? I can't remember if I said this last week or not. Did we talk about Elon last week?
I don't know. I don't think so.
What's
the Musketeer up to?
The Musk. Oh, he's up to no good. Actually, he's up to
no.
very clever little things. He's got a lot of time on his hands. I don't think he does much. He's only running 6 large companies. But I think someone was leaking some information, right? I think it was a SpaceX. It was either a Tesla or a SpaceX employee.
Oh my God.
And because he's got so much time on his hands, he was sitting there thinking, how can I catch this little culprit? No one leaks my information but me.
Well, that's not leaking then at that point. That's just releasing.
That's just releasing. Yeah, but someone else was releasing his information. This is mine, right? So what he did is he prepared what looked like the same document being circulated to his people that he, his trusted people, I don't know, there was 20 of them. Let's just say there was 20. I don't know, it could have been 100, could have been 1,000.
Classic.
And within it, he created some of the sentences, when you start a sentence and you put a space and then you start the capital letter or something, or
he was putting unique identifiers on these files.
Well, he created a binary basic signature for each person. So it'd be like 2 spaces, 1 space. So you create, 2 spaces means 1 space means a 0, and then you've got a binary code that exists in the document. And so unless you really look at it closely, it looks like the exact same thing.
So he knows who the leaker is.
Yeah. And as long as they release the exact document, he's like, bang, this is, if you copy and pasted it or release in some other format, put it on Twitter or something, it'd be a pretty short document. It'd be fine. Although I guess the spaces, if you copy and paste it, the spaces would still be there.
Yeah. It's the same way that actors are told different things about the movie, because if it gets out, then they know who did it.
What have they done that for? That sounds familiar.
So I only know a few examples, but I'm pretty sure it's not really the same thing. But when they shot the Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, I am your father scene, there was 2 versions of that. The one that they shot with a whole bunch of people in the room, and then another that they shot with very few people on the set.
Really?
Where they actually told, they only told Luke, and I think that was it, that Darth Vader, about that spoiler.
Jeez, was it that important to keep it under wraps?
It was that important, even in the 80s, 82,
wow,
whatever that was.
Okay, I mean it's a big 81, twist, but it seems 80? Kind of obvious. But I think 80. It's just 'cause I've grown up with it.
Yeah, well, it was huge, man. It was huge.
What are the spoiler? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think the other version was no, Obi-Wan is your father or some shit.
But what happens if you do 2 versions? One of them's cool, one of them's not so cool, and you're gonna run with the not so cool one for whatever reason, and everyone's like, oh, and the spoiler gets out there a bit that
And then
Darth
you
Vader's
have to
Luke's
do the other
father,
one.
and then it's not, and you'd be like, "Oh man, that would have been so cool." And everyone's upset. They're like, "Man, you blew it. You had." They would almost have to go with the leaked version.
Yep.
And Game of Thrones didn't they were keeping the ending under wraps, weren't they? Lock and key. That
A little bit. Like unless you're a weirdo like me that only watches Game of Thrones and the House of the Dragon and stuff so that I can watch the recap videos and see all the shit that I missed. Like, because I watch things and I'll enjoy it, and I am seeing what they're seeing to an extent, but they're filling a lot of blanks for me and giving me a bit of lore as well.
Oh,
So
it's the best. It's so
so
good.
I get this huge universe that's like thousands of years like of history that's there, and someone to just unpack it for you when required. It's great, right?
Who's you go to? Do you go Alt Shift X?
Yeah, he's a bit slow on the upload these days.
Oh,
But,
is he? Okay,
yeah, it takes a while.
I
But
haven't
he always
watched
used to take a
House of
while.
the Dragon.
He always used to take a while because what he'd do is it was more of a primer for next week's episode. So it came out usually the day of the next episode releasing or the day before. So you could watch it and then get primed for the next episode. Alt Shift X. Yeah, huge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's great because he just knows so much shit about the lore.
Yeah, he's really he's leveraging the fact that he's read all the books and everything, right?
Yeah, and he tells that story about how David Weiss and What's His Dick got the job of getting Game of Thrones, and that was they spoke to George R. R. Martin, and he asked him a question that someone who read the books should kind of be able to guess or some shit, and he guessed it. So that's why he entrusted Game of Thrones to them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah. So are you up to date with House of the Dragon?
Yeah. So that season finale has already happened.
I've got like outstanding things to do with the wedding stuff. I don't know if I can start. I just don't know if if it's responsible of me.
Yeah, that's fair, but I think you can.
No, I can. I don't know. I haven't started. I just know once I start, there's only so many episodes. That's saving me.
Well, it's 10 episodes, and then you can forget about it till 2024.
I might wait for a little bit, to bulk up a little bit, build up.
What you mean, seasons of bulking up?
Yeah.
Seasons of bulking up, man. That'd be a dream, wouldn't it?
One of our friends really pissed me off by waiting until season 7 or season 6, I think it was, of Game of Thrones before starting to watch it. And like during 4 and 5, I was like, man, just watch it, like do it. And no, I'm waiting for more of it to build up, and like years. Like what I'm doing, what I got annoyed about him doing, I'm doing.
Yeah, but that's all right. Each to their own, all in your own time.
So a couple of things have happened in the news this week.
Yes.
There's been a few power plays.
Power play?
Yeah.
Not at the T20, you're saying?
No, actually, I haven't been. I saw Australia lost to New Zealand, and that's all I know. I think they got flogged. Got their pants pulled down.
About it.
Yeah. No, Xi Jinping.
Yes.
Been elected apparently for a third term again. Congratulations, Mr. Ping.
Yep. Okay.
Was
it a landslide?
Jinping. Yeah, I don't think anyone voted against him actually. I've looked at the numbers. I've only got 1 billion people, but 100% of the vote. Support.
Wow. And there was a meme that I saw. Someone had posted, "Will this piece of lettuce outlast Liz Truss?"
When did they post that?
When she got in.
Hey, okay. On that.
Yeah.
Remember, I made a big call the week before the Queen died. I said that this will be the big week in the news, and so Queen that's died. One prediction. Yeah, 100% confirmed prediction that I made there.
And okay. Yep, claiming it. Yeah.
Immediately before that, I said, I hear Liz Truss is a bit of a peanut.
Oh, did you say
that's a quote? You can quote me on that. I called her a
peanut. Did you?
So I had 2 predictions, 100% confirmed. I'm 2 out of 2.
Yeah, but I think if I asked you, do you think she'll last more than a couple what was it, 3 weeks or what was it, 2 months, something, you would say, what would you say?
Well, it's implied in the peanut. There's a lot of nuance to the peanut. See,
Right.
this is how Nostradamus did it.
Yeah, you're right.
You look back on it
You're
and
right.
you mold what you've said to the situation. So when
Yeah.
I called her a peanut, clearly I was saying that her fiscal policies suck.
You might as well have
She will
said
not
in the 3rd week.
survive 2 months. I
Yeah.
think it was 45 days or something. She survived. So did the lettuce make it?
Yeah, apparently.
Hmm.
Unless he just doctored it, like the lettuce was gone, and then he's just replaced it with some sort of new lettuce.
At least they didn't. If you said that someone will outlast a cheeseburger or something, you know that's incorrect because those cheeseburgers live forever.
Yeah, there was once a cheeseburger in the freezer at one of my workplaces for years.
Yeah, it was in the freezer though. Like I reckon you could have sat that out on the
Fridge?
No. You could have sat that out on the bench on the the bench.
No way.
Yeah,
No
there's a
way.
story about someone's top of their cheeseburger. I don't know. You know, hear these stories. You don't know how true they are.
Sure.
Someone's top of their cheeseburger fell off. Don't ask me how that happened, and fell behind the couch,
Mm-hmm.
or like in the couch, or
Okay, I see where you're going.
some long period of time later, they found it, and it wasn't
Yeah.
stale at all.
You didn't eat it. It didn't eat it though, right?
I don't know. We could do this test, but I'm pretty sure that it's made out of like 95% plastic. I don't have the figures in front of me, but I'm pretty sure it's 95% plastic. And I've got another stat which is unconfirmed. Is I've also heard that if they didn't have this is the biggest bullshit. If they didn't have pickles in the cheeseburger, it would have to be listed under confectionery.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cool though, right? Who knows if it's true or not? They'd have to list it like not as a, I don't know. I mean, their cookies and stuff aren't listed under confectionery. I don't know if it's like some kind of food policy thing like the Australian government has or something. So you have to classify things as certain types of food. I don't know. You know, maybe we can fact check that. Maybe we don't care.
Yeah.
But I've been reading about this Rishi Sunak bloke, the new PM for England.
Yeah, was he up in the running for the last time they had a leadership challenge? He was in the race.
He was, yeah.
So, okay, cool.
And I like him. I don't know. I don't know. Didn't know him from Bar of Soap. I'd heard of him. I couldn't tell you who he was before Truss went out. Yeah, but you hear these things day off. You know, they pull them out off the street, I think, and just go like, "Mate, you want a job?" So let's see what we got here. I got a couple little tidbits of information on him.
Yeah, go on.
He did his best Nostradamus impression.
Did he?
Yes. He predicted financial problems under Truss.
Yeah.
You know, Truss basically plunged their economy into darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, he said.
How did she do that so quickly? How can you even achieve that so quickly?
Well, she's magical like that.
No, that doesn't explain it. Hey, like
I don't know how the markets work, but some people do. So he said that her plan, because she had you say your policies and things that you're going to do to get voted in. He said that her plan to borrow money during an inflation crisis was a quote unquote fairy tale.
Oh gosh,
that would plunge the economy into chaos.
Right.
And I mean, I said the same thing, but I called her a peanut. But you see, he just added a bit more meat to the bones that I was working with. Right, I had the same, in principle, I had the same point.
Yes.
And then he just added a little bit more flesh to it.
Right.
But claiming I like you got to claim it. I like his look. He's got a bit of a. Can you confirm where he's from? He's got a bit of a.
He's of Indian descent, isn't he?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And what is it? Diwali at the moment? Isn't that the?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think if he is Indian, I mean, we should confirm that.
Of Indian descent.
Is he?
Of Indian descent, yes.
Oh, great. Perfect. Well, I think it's kind of topical, so I'm all for it. Apparently, he's got a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's always nice to know.
Yeah, got a bit of cash. Hey, on the food situation.
Wait, one point. Hold that. The food situation.
Yeah,
Just one thing. This is what really swayed him in put him in my good books, and I think he'll put him in your good books as well.
Okay.
He wants to be a Jedi.
What?
He wants to be a Jedi Knight.
What does that mean?
Well, in 2016, he told a group of school children that he originally wanted to be a Jedi Knight when he grew up. His favorite Star Wars film is The Empire Strikes Back.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. See,
but
confirmed good bloke.
No, well,
right?
He'll be. I'm gutted to tell him that his aspirations have fallen short. He only gets to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
But it's a stepping stone, and you can move on from that position. You take the experience.
It's a post leadership role.
Yeah, you draw on all that. You learn from the other, Yoda type, people that you're working with.
Yeah, what a bummer. He'll go home to his $1 billion mansion or whatever and be like, hey, you know what? It's a bummer I couldn't be a Jedi. I just make shitloads of money and lead countries.
All I want to do is wield a saber.
Do a Jedi mind trick and shit.
Yeah, so I don't mind him. But then you got you got the UK with 3 leaders in 7 weeks.
Yeah, they're outdoing us.
And then you got Xi just, doing his best Chairman Mao impersonation, and he'll probably hold it till he dies.
He's just so good at getting elected.
He's very good. He's very good at getting elected. He's very good at stamping out dissent.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't mind him. Hey, for some reason, I kind of like him.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's as I think he's doing his best.
I think we don't know.
No, we don't know anything. No,
yeah, we don't know, and that's always weird.
But he believes in the country, or at least believes in the party. He's a big party man. And his party's just getting started.
Well, yeah. So what's the terms like? Is it how many? I thought he signed something into law years ago that said that they could make terms longer or something. I thought he did that ages ago.
I think he did change something so he was in a position to extend his power. Because there's only one political party, is my understanding, in China.
Yeah.
There's only one lawful party. And I think they changed the leader. I think they used to change the leader every 10 years.
Right. But he's just so electable.
Well, yeah, I think that's where because when they say he was elected for a 3rd term, that must be referred to they have a election within the party. I don't think they don't have an opportunity to vote for a second party. It's not a 2-party system.
No.
I'm probably not going to go to China anymore. I swear I'm not saying things against the regime. I've already been to China, so I guess that works in my favor.
You're in the books.
Well, I mean, we got pings for COVID, COVID descent, right? In one of our episodes.
That was from Spotify. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I think I was pretty complimentary towards it, but.
It just said if you want real information, you should probably go here.
Yeah, that's true. They should really say that about everything we talk about. Yeah. They should just have a list of Wikipedia entries, like just like a little hit list of all the bullshit we talk about.
Yeah. When I came back from my trip, man, I looked in the fridge.
Yeah.
And there was a 6-inch Subway there.
Oh no.
So you know how you Google stuff, but you're just looking for the answer you want?
Oh, yeah. When you, yeah.
So my question to Google would have been something like,
of course
is
I
it
can eat a
safe?
6-inch sub that's been in the fridge for 4 days, right?
Yeah, well, I just tried to add the days differently so that it was only 3. So there's my first trick.
Yeah.
I'm already...
What did Google say? Did you say Subway or just a sandwich?
No, I was specific that it was a Subway 6-inch, right?
Yeah.
And
6-inch, that changes. Yeah, yeah.
I went on like Quora or something where it's just questions and answers, and there it is. Like, is it safe to leave Subway, eat a Subway left in the fridge and stuff? And there was one where the top answer was something really, it was just like condescending as fuck. It was like, honestly, who can't eat like a full foot long sandwich like in one go? Like what's going on kind of thing. Why are you saving 6 inches for later? The next one's like, look, as a sandwich connoisseur, I wouldn't fridge it. I'd eat it all. And I'm like, these are fucking like, these people are in the wrong area. Okay, all these people want to know is it safe? As in, am I going to die? So I found the answer that I wanted.
That you wanted, yep.
Yeah, I found the answer that I wanted, and I ate it.
And you're still here.
I'm still alive. I should do my response to that question, which is, hey guys, if you're looking to find out if you died or not, I'm just confirming that I didn't die. So
we should all
enjoy.
give more feedback to these things. You know, when you're always looking for information online, esoteric things, and you're always thankful when you find someone that's put up that bullshit.
Yeah.
We should be posting more random
Real.
thoughts and information, like things you do. Just be like, yeah, I I don't know. I stepped on some dog poo with bare feet. Didn't clean it off for 3 days, and I don't have toe fungus.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's the cure. Just get it to a top answer. Make it a top answer.
Or just so then when someone steps in some dog poo with no shoes on,
yeah. What?
then they go like, do I need to clean it off? Will I get fungus if I don't clean it off?
Right.
Or can I just leave it?
I think another phenomenon could be like stepping in shit, right? You go, stepped in dog poo the other day on my feet with bare feet on, and it felt amazing, right?
No.
And then you get someone to top answer it with, oh my God, just tried this. It's epic, right? And then you get heaps of people to like that answer, right? And then you have these other people going, oh my God, I can't believe I've never done this before. And like, try to start an online craze where people are just purposefully stepping in dog shit. And some people would be like, oh my God, I thought it would be cool with like big shits, but it's actually great with little shits as well. Like it doesn't have to be a big shit. Yeah, connoisseurs and stuff. To be like, oh man,
this
I've
one
been
had
just
peas and
stepping
corn
in
in
shit all weekend. It was the best weekend ever.
The texture. Have you ever had a fungus?
No.
I've had a fungus.
Oh.
I had a fungus on my arm.
That's not good, is it?
Wait. Yeah, no, I had a fungus. Yeah, I had cat ringworm.
Where do they come from?
Buttholes of cats.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know how. Oh no, it's not just buttholes. I think it can be. I think ringworms typically. I think it may be an anal related thing. I don't know. But
how
what
did
happened?
It get on your arm?
This is the big question. Okay, so it's a bit of a story. I had some redness on my forearm, like a kind of looked like almost like a, from memory, bit of it's like a rash. It looked like a rash on my forearm, and my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I've got this rash. I don't really get many rashes. Oh, and she goes, I get like, fuck, I don't know what it is, eczema or dermatitis. I think it was dermatitis. I don't know what that is. She goes, it looks like dermatitis. Just rub this cream into it. So I'm like, yeah, thank you, doctor. So I'm rubbing this cream in twice a day into my arm, and it starts getting real big. Like it starts growing. And I was like, shit, I better go to an actual doctor because my ex-girlfriend didn't have any qualifications, any medical qualifications.
Just had some cream on hand.
Yep. Yeah, she's had some cream on hand, worked for her and her ailment. So I went to a doctor.
Eat some.
I went to a doctor with the tube, and my arm.
Okay.
And I just owned up, said, doctor, I've been rubbing this. I told her the story I just told you.
Yeah.
Been rubbing this in and it's getting quite large. And he goes, that's, yeah, fine. I'm going to take a couple of biopsies of this thing. I don't know, little chunks or whatever. And we'll get back to you or something. I think I waited there and he just did it all on the spot. Yeah, this is the world we live in. This is the amazing technology. And he comes back and he says, you got a fungus growing on your arm. You got cat ringworm. I was like, what's cat ringworm? And he says, yeah, often the spores, the cats go outside and they can get spores on their fur. Because he said, do you live next to a park? I was like, I actually do. Apparently, they're more likely to just pick it up somewhere in the wild. And then you rub against them. The spores, the fungal spores get on you. And then it just starts growing because the fungus is amazing. It's so weird.
Yeah, so did you feel like cultivating it at one point and just being like, you know what,
thanks,
keep doctor,
growing,
but you know what, I'm going to see where this goes. Maybe I'll turn into Miss Dr. Fungus.
Or maybe it'll be like Venom. It'll take over and I'll become like a wild child.
Exactly.
So he promptly gave me some antifungal cream. And because what I was doing is I was rubbing in this dermatitis cream, which is a steroid-based cream. I was actually feeding the fungus because it loves the steroids.
So yeah, you were attached to this thing. You were feeding it.
Yeah. So that's why it started getting so big so quickly because I was
wow, we
cultivating. They're like, yeah, we are feeling powerful.
Yeah.
And
good on you, man, for giving him a shot.
Yeah, Kevin.
Chance at life, you know. Good on you.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it went away pretty quick. But then the good thing about it is I could chase people around. I remember I went to a grand final at someone's house. It was that one where Port, I think they won by over 100 points or lost by over 100 points. I think they lost by over 100 points.
It's good to get that right.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even watching it at that stage. Yeah. And yeah, I could see people like, why do you have a bandage on your arm? They could tell me a fungal infection.
You could tell them that I was an assistant in the creation of life. Just other kind of life.
I donated my body to science.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. And I started feeding it steroids. That's awesome. Now, I did have like a little, like, I want to say like wart at one point on my hand. You ever had that?
On your palm or on the back?
On like, where was it? I think it was like on my thumb.
But where you touch things? Because, when you have a wart on an area where you touch things, it kind of doesn't really ever get going because it's sort of, I don't know, friction or whatever.
I don't even know how it happened, but like, and I imagine there's like kits for like removing them and stuff, right? But
yeah.
I didn't have time for that sort of stuff. I did something very dumb, but I think I've told that story before, so I think I'll leave it there.
What have you done?
What do you mean? I think I told that story, didn't I?
What'd you do? I don't know what you did.
Oh, I remember where it was. It was like on my wrist where your watch would be, like around there. And I remember.
Don't tell me you tried to cut it off.
Yeah, I did. I did a bit of surgery.
Home surgery?
Yeah, work surgery, yeah. And I was working at the time. I was on night shift. And I had this plan.
Yeah. What was your plan?
I was a young lad and I didn't like going to the doctor. Probably some trauma from the 2 times I went, right? And so I thought, well, it's either go to the doctor or let's see if we can bang it out, on a quiet night shift. I was very young.
So what do you do? Get a butter knife?
No, even worse.
Than a butter knife?
At the place I was working, there was a lot of like kids' parties. So, of course, I had a lot of plastic cutlery.
Oh, no.
Now, I had a plan. I boiled the kettle.
I'm going to pass out. Yeah.
I boiled the kettle. I thought to myself, if I can cut it off, because I heard about them. I heard about people cutting them off and then they grow back, right? That's the story I heard. Is that the story you heard?
Yeah, I've heard that.
So I said, I'm not having that. Right? I didn't Google a goddamn thing, right?
This is what I'm talking about, okay? I can tell you didn't Google anything.
I was a young kid. There was no Google.
So what'd you do?
So I begin by just cutting it off with the plastic knife.
Serrated?
Right?
I assume it's serrated
It had
plastic.
serration, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a bit painful.
Did you
but not.
sterilize the plastic? Is that what the kettle's for? What's the kettle for?
Yeah.
Making a cup of
Yeah.
tea. Yeah,
No, no,
okay.
no, no. So the plan with the kettle is I was going to put the kettle water on a sponge. And then I was going to place that sponge over the area.
So you're going to burn yourself as well?
I'm gonna burn
Or are you
my
trying to sterilize?
I'm gonna burn the area. I must have thought that would work because, like, I don't
You've
know,
been
Star
watching too
Wars or
much
some shit.
Rambo. Yeah, Rambo, Star Wars. I
Yeah.
can't remember Luke with a kettle.
No, but Luke, when he gets his hand cut off, lightsabers are known to like cauterize the wound.
It's a lightsaber.
Yeah, so it's. I
Firstly,
just
it
figured
doesn't
something
exist.
hot.
But yeah, firstly, it doesn't exactly dealing with just hot water.
No, but I wasn't really thinking about the bleeding or anything. I was just thinking about scorched earth, make the land, not be able to produce fruit, right?
Not habitable to small animals.
To whatever this is, right? So
unicellular animals.
So long story short, I did this, right? I pressed it on there and it was hot. I wasn't like in the movies, like I wasn't smoking, my arm wasn't on fire. I was doing this under very controlled circumstances. The plastic knife, the kettle, I had all the bits.
Did you get through it?
Yeah, man. So I did that thing, and I did it for a while with the kettle thing on the arm, and it stopped being painful pretty quickly, right? And then that was it. Never grew back.
This is what you can add. You know, saying you add something random that you've done to the internet. So you add to the body of knowledge. So if someone wants to Google it, you can tell your story. You can be like, hey, if you don't want to go to the doctor and just get it simply burnt off with
nitrous, whatever it is.
Carbon dioxide, is that what it is? The frozen, whatever. Some cold shit.
Yeah, cold shit. I did the opposite.
You did the opposite. You're like, you can just get a kettle. This is a do-it-yourself.
No,
home wart removal procedure with a plastic knife.
No, so what you would need to do is get a Quora question called, if I'm at work, right, and don't want to go to a doctor, and I have a mole on my wrist.
But you haven't done it to a mole. You haven't done it to keep it, let's keep it to warts.
Oh, sorry, wart. What should I do? And it would say, here's what you do. Have you got a kettle? Got a kettle, we're in business.
Things you need. So this is an equipment list. Kettle, sponge, plastic knife.
Yeah. So that happened.
And did it grow? It hasn't grown back?
No, nothing. No.
So complete success.
Yeah, complete success.
And the kids weren't horrified?
No one was there on that night shift. I was doing it in between sort of, it was a bit of a slow night, but like usually because you have bookings, you can actually tell when you're going to be busy. So apart from the people who were just walking off the street wanting a game, I used to work at a laser tag place. So
I was going to say, people are probably wondering, what is he dealing with kids at night? It's there's not a lot of things.
What is this guy doing? Cutting off his warts in the what's he
waiting for kids at night?
Yeah, no. So there wouldn't be kids parties at night. The night shift was mainly your people on their way out for a night out. Maybe a date night, maybe an older party, maybe some teenagers or something.
This reminds me of what's it called? Fringe Festival in Perth. Oh, I think it's around Australia, right? Where they do, how would you describe it? A whole bunch of different performances and arty things. There's this...
Heaps of shows. Yeah.
Heaps of shows. And there's a big variety of different things. I quite like it. I went to one because it sounded like it would be really, really, really random. And they basically release, there's all these actors. So they let people in to this area. It's like a school in the city that's actually hasn't been used for a school for a long time.
Yeah.
And all these, at a certain time, all these actors come out and they start, it's sort of, it's not interactive. I try to avoid interacting with the actors as much as possible. You just observe. It's very weird.
You're meant to observe, or you're meant to be part of it?
You're meant to observe. Sometimes you can be a part of it. Sometimes they ask you to do things.
I would get all in,
Oh man, we should do it. I'll look it up what it was. It was very weird. It's all trippy as anything. All the rooms are different, like
Yeah.
wildly different. Like you wouldn't even like crazily different. And they're doing all weird. The actors are just like they're doing the wildest, weirdest things as well. It's a
Yeah.
quite an experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called. It ran from about I think I don't know 9. It was quite late, and I had a few drinks afterwards. I have a drinks venue at the location. Had a few drinks. I managed to lose both mine and my girlfriend's not credit cards but debit cards.
Oh, so they're not just actors, but they're thieves.
No, I don't know how. I think I had them together. I somehow lost them both in one go. Maybe I did get pickpocketed. No, but I was drinking afterwards. And so I get home and I think to myself, the girlfriend was with a different bank and she could just cancel her card. She could put a block on her card, just one click of a button on the app, which was fantastic. My bank, and I will name and shame them, ANZ, don't have that functionality. I was looking through it all being like, no, surely I can
Yeah, what about
hold
their
my
lost
card.
theft prevention and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But no, you have to call them. And anyway, so it's about just after 12. I'm at home. I'm pretty cut. I'm like, hey, yeah, I've lost my card. I just want to put a hold on it. And they go, oh, just let me check your last transactions, make sure it's you. And they go, oh, so last transaction is at 11:30 at girls' school. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds weird. It was, and then I'm trying to explain that I'm at a performance because the place is called Girls' School.
Oh gosh.
The place I'm at, it just seems weird making
Oh, that,
payments at Girls' School late at night.
yeah.
And I was clearly
It
pretty
sounds like you've
drunk.
gone to a brothel, dude.
It
Like a really
does,
bad
a
one.
really bad one.
But
And
really, this is the good thing. Really bad brothels don't have those kinds of names.
yeah, that'd be more subtle,
It's
wouldn't
more
they?
likely a trendy pub
Yeah.
or a really trendy pub.
Who would get really trendy? Girls' School was just the most unfortunate place to be spending money when you.
When you're trying to cancel your card. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of many worse ones.
I heard WhatsApp went down in lots of countries today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't check it enough to know if Australia was affected, but apparently it went down. I find these things when they go down fascinating, hey, because it makes me think how fragile. Like, what happens if it never comes back?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you ever think like that? Like, I sometimes think, I'm like, man, if it can go down, like, it can go wrong.
Yeah, usually if like a service that I use or my internet is out for more than a couple of minutes, I'm livid. And that's a couple of minutes.
I get a little bit scared, a little bit anxious.
Do you? Do you think the internet's not coming back on for anybody?
Yeah, what happens if it doesn't?
Oh, well, that's when you start panicking.
Yeah. How are we going to do the show?
Yeah, that's the least of our worries. How are you going to get your bank? How you get
Oh, there'll be a run on the banks. I'll be the first one in the line. So,
oh yeah, nice and early. Get down there, 6 o'clock. The branch is closed.
I don't need money.
Don't need money. Just
I've
need the
got
pod.
a seed bank. I've got some cabbage seeds and other seeds in my
yes, you'll
sort
be
of pantry.
trading them, bartering.
No, and I've got land out the back. So you see where I'm going with this. I just plant the seeds, watering it up. I'm laughing. Right, everyone comes to me
Till the water runs
with their
out.
money. Yeah, but no, the internet's down. The water's fine.
Oh, good. In fact, it's never been better.
Yeah, because now they can focus on. They're not sidetracked with YouTube and
bloody internet.
And more news because it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Have you? I assume you haven't looked at the federal budget that came out today.
I haven't yet.
I haven't. I never look at the budget, but I've seen a headline.
Oh, okay. Is this what we've? Is this it?
I think it's all we need to know.
This is the headline. Where's the headline from?
It's just something popped up in my.
Oh,
you know when you get notifications on your phone?
Yeah.
Don't even know who gave it to us. ABC News notification at 4:38. Breaking: the federal budget has revealed no real wage growth until 2024, and more than 50% average rise in electricity prices over 18 months.
All right, everybody. It's going to be great.
So that's not a good start.
No. And you know what's funny is they say that if they were to give cash bonuses, like if they gave everybody money, like hardship money or whatever, inflation would just go up. People just put their prices up to account for that. So it causes more inflation. You know, like that doesn't seem that good, does it? That seems like you're pushing this thing up a one-way hill. You know, you're just pushing a boulder up a mountain.
Okay, what I've got here is a Guardian article, and it's got the winners and losers, right?
Oh, and good.
It's got. Okay, I'm just going to read out headings, and you can tell me if you want me to look into any of these at all. I don't know what these are. So, parents of young children, school kids, home buyers.
Hang on, are they the winners?
I don't want to tell you if they're winners or losers.
Okay.
School kids, home buyers, PBS patients, women's safety, seniors, the environment, Pacific Islands, Double J listeners, tax dodgers. Tell me when you want me to read a sentence about any of these.
Sure.
The Governor General, the arts, high speed rail.
Read the Governor General one. I don't know why, but just give me that one.
Yeah. It's a lucky dip. Labor has axed the $16 million provided in the last budget for Future Leaders Forum, for which the Governor General, David Hurley, personally lobbied Scott Morrison. Okay, you got a turd on that one. That's all right. High-speed rail.
Okay, are we doing anything to that?
There's $500 million corridor acquisition and early works for the Sydney to Newcastle high-speed rail project, but it's only a tiny fraction of what the project needs to go ahead.
That sounds promising.
So what do? It's like a down payment. They just get
We've bought the land, yeah.
It's only a tiny fraction. How much does a railway cost?
I think what they're saying is that wouldn't it eventually go a lot further than Sydney to Newcastle?
No. I think it's Sydney to Newcastle. That's I think. Yeah, that's it. That's the high-speed rail project. They would say it was further if it was further, wouldn't they?
Well, if it's the first part of, if it's something that can be built upon.
Man, you can build that in China for $50. Seriously, that's $500 million. $500 million, and it says it's only a tiny fraction of what the project needs to go ahead. This reminds me of Utopia, the TV show.
Utopia is the best, man. Such a good show. I rewatch it. I'm rewatching it again. It's bad.
Wait, look at this. Wait, there's also $18 million for the High-Speed Rail Authority, but without an investment of many billions of dollars,
yep,
high-speed rail looks to be going nowhere fast.
All right, well, let's check your pockets. I'll check mine really quickly. Let's see if we can come up with a couple of billion. Right?
Many billions of dollars. I love that. Yeah. The government's like, yeah, we'll tip in 18 mil. Someone else, could someone just sort out the many billions that are missing? Or Bob Catter is the next headline.
Is he a winner?
He's a loser.
Oh.
He is a loser by
real
life and a loser in the budget, apparently. The member for Kennedy is a big backer of the dam project in Queensland. As said in the past, it would determine which party he backed in the event of a hung parliament. Scott Morrison had committed a feasibility study to the $5.4 billion Hell's Gate Dam.
Study.
They love a feasibility study.
Yeah, we'll do 10 of them.
But Labor has banked savings in the budget from not proceeding with the project. The government has deferred $900 million in funding for other water projects, including the Gungawan Dam and Pipeline, the Emu Swamp Dam and Pipeline, the Hughenden Irrigation Scheme, and the Wangala Dam wall raising project.
Yep. So we've taken that money, we'll put it somewhere else.
Yeah, sounds good. Because we were just going to, Why are we doing a $5.4 billion dam for Bob Katter's area?
Because it will decide the party that he supports in the event of a hung parliament.
Man, how good is it when you're the you're the independents that make government? You just hold them. You've got them by the balls.
Yeah, but it's not like you can say I want a gold limo. It's got to be.
He wants a $5.4 billion dam.
Who doesn't?
Ultimately,
who doesn't?
Yeah,
and he won't settle for
that's the budget. That's all you need to know about the budget. The dam's out.
But that was all the losers, right? You just said all the losers.
No. The winners were the first 8, and then the last 8 were the.
Oh, good. I'm glad that there were some winners.
Yeah, seniors, women's safety, all sounds good. Home buyers, school kids, parents of young children. I don't think anyone can argue too much about that.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, so there's nothing in it. I can't see anything in it for me, though. I'm not a senior.
No, not yet. But,
what about Double J listeners? I don't listen to Double J, but they're a winner.
Maybe you should start listening to them. Bunch of winners.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't listen to it either.
What is Double J? Is that the one? Is that on?
Well, Triple J is Triple J.
Yeah.
Double J is the one under that.
Like are they FM? Are they FM or different? Aren't they like FM, digital FM. Or digital? Yeah. It says here ABC's digital music channel.
Okay.
Double J, the ABC's digital music channel for older Triple J listeners.
Yeah, so it's like to satisfy the people who are like, I hate Triple J now. It's shit.
Yeah, and then yeah, pretty much. But it says that, so Double J, blah, blah, will get an additional $500,000 to be directed towards a feasibility study.
Oh, sweet.
Into the expansion of Double J to FM frequency. So we're just going back to Triple J.
No, we're doing a feasibility study. We're not doing anything.
What I love is that you had Triple J on FM.
Yeah.
And then they started Double J, and that's the digital music channel. And now they're doing a feasibility study to see if they can expand Double J back to FM.
Yeah.
We've done a full circle.
How good.
That's epic.
Yeah, we need another feasibility study to see if we should be shipping it to AM as well, because people are still rocking the AM band. People are still going on the AM.
Some AM.
Yeah, man, AM's where it's at. Sometimes if you listen to AM for a few years and then change it back to FM, you won't believe how clear that sound is that comes out of FM. You won't believe it.
Why not?
It's not.
No, yeah, it is. No, it is. But you like AM.
I do.
Yeah, you've commented on that before, the tone.
But not
something about
if it was the same programming on FM, it would be fine. It'd be better.
Why don't they just abandon AM?
There's probably a good answer for that, and I don't know.
I think that the frequency seems to carry better in regional areas. I don't know if that's if they boost the signal somehow, or if it just travels better.
No, you're probably right that AM is probably more transmissible, and therefore better for national radio and for emergencies and stuff like that. That probably makes sense.
Yeah, it probably does. I just sorry, it just occurred to me. We have a soft sponsor.
We have a soft sponsor.
That's what I'm going to call them.
Oh.
We have someone not donating any money to us.
Excellent.
But they're donating free meals to our listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Any listeners that are interested, it's My Foodie Box.
Yeah.
They've given us a code that we can give to our listeners.
No way.
They'll get an $80 free box. They just have to pay for the food for 4 meals for 2.
No way.
And they just have to pay for the postage.
Wow, there you go.
$9 or something like that.
There you go. Food.
I dare someone to take them up. I'm going to take them up on it. I've never had My Foodie Box.
Okay.
I'm
Get
going to
into
put
it.
the code or whatever, the thing
Yeah. Okay.
a link in the description.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Big plugs.
Big plugs.
Yeah.
I don't know
Nice.
from Bar of Soap, but the guy's a bloody legend. So, I can only assume that they're on par with the bloke.
There you go.
And next week, right, I'm going to say something more, substantive.
Oh, are you going to have a bit of what?
I might have a
review?
jig. I might do, every time I mention, I might do the chicken dance.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a bit like the rubbish competitors in Dinner Twist and HelloFresh, I believe.
Oh,
but
yeah.
better because
It's
they're
better.
aligned with, because they're giving out free food. They're kind of like,
yeah, right.
They're kind of like, who gives out free food?
Jesus.
Well,
he didn't give out free food. He made food multiply.
But that's sort of what we're doing in a way.
And he distributed it, so they distributed it as well, don't they?
They distribute for a small
Very
fee.
Jesus-y, yeah.
Very Jesus-y. Like we could feed a lot of people for, we get a couple of fish together, put a few orders in, and then we've fed the masses. It's kind of like Jesus Incorporated.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't think of anyone. Is there a better example than Jesus, or should we lock in Jesus?
There's a dude. It's like a soup kitchen, but better. It's like it's actual food, not just limited to the liquid varieties. I believe that.
What could I get?
I had a quick look at their website actually. One of my big pet peeves with with particularly HelloFresh, I've only had that once or twice, is how much waste there is. My girlfriend really gets upset about plastic, proper issues with it. And there's so many, there's all the sauces are in little plastic containers and all this shit. I haven't actually looked into it, but I had a quick look and they seem to be more about it's in a cardboard box rather than the styrofoam bullshit that the others use.
We've got cardboard boxes. And just to be clear, cardboard boxes in the ocean, harmless, right?
Oh, they love it. They love it. They love it.
The fish,
the fish eat it up.
They eat it. Yeah, they eat it, and they love it.
Let me read to you a couple of things on their website. Now, what looks good? Chicken and corn pie with mashed potato.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that a family favorite?
Yeah, that sounds good. So that's a one. It's a meal that's a whole meal, is it?
That's one of the meals. If it's you can elect that. This is the world we live in. We're just picking classic American cheeseburger.
Wow.
A little bit of salad.
Have one of them.
A little bit of relish, some chips.
Holy moly.
Teriyaki beef stir fry with soba noodles.
Wow.
Anyway, that's just a couple of it. Eco-friendly packaging.
Oh, that's a tick for your girlfriend.
Yeah, for the girlfriend. One of my Foodie Box's top priorities is to ensure your meals arrive fresh and safe in the most environmentally responsible packaging available. That's why we use packaging that is compostable, recyclable, and reusable. We will collect your used box upon delivering. We'll collect your used box upon delivering your new box and reprocess it in our facilities. Let's put a stop to single-use plastics together.
Wow.
That's good. So, anyway.
It's good that there's ways to make money without pillaging the earth.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I had the weirdest thought the other day.
Go on.
I'm in the war of the weeds at the moment. I've got I'm fighting the weeds.
Yeah, go on.
It feels like there's nothing I can do, but I'm not really trying either. And that's where it sort of starts to.
I tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
But I do a little bit, but it just seems overwhelming.
Yeah.
But what it is, I've realized, is that It's not hard. I think I love the weeds.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything about getting rid of them all. It's not impossible. Right. If I wanted them gone,
yep,
I would get rid of them.
They exist with your blessing.
We have formed a symbiotic relationship where they give me purpose.
Which is?
Not doing them, not pulling the weeds. Like to think about, to slowly go about pulling them out. And without them, if I just get rid of the weeds, I've got nothing to do.
Exactly.
So we're kind of we're entangled together in the world. And like they give me purpose, I give them purpose. Because if I'm not slowly, removing them and sort of interacting with them, I don't know what they'll do. They won't be able to, like, they'll just occupy all the space and then new ones won't, grow or whatever.
How's the movie going to end though? Are you going to spray them with some sort of deadly chemical? Like some...
No, I've stopped doing that.
Like some barbarian? Or are you going to pull them out from their homes by the roots?
No, I pull them out.
No sprays?
No sprays. I don't do it because apparently Roundup is super carcinogenic. You can't just be dumping that shit all around where you live. I don't think Roundup's very good for you.
All right, I wish you told me this earlier. I've been drinking it for breakfast every morning for the last 6 months.
Man, it freaks me out now. When I use Roundup, I'm washing my hands like nobody's business.
I do that when I touch most chemicals, to be honest. If I touch any chemicals.
It says here there's no evidence that glyphosate causes cancer in humans. I just typed in Roundup carcinogenic into Google, one of those,
So what, have you just told an old wives' tale?
Yeah, but this is the government telling us this, right? We can't trust what they say.
Which are scumbags. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. This is the EPA, whoever they are, Environmental Protection Authority.
Would say that.
They would. Yeah, of course they would.
There's so much money that WD-40, probably same thing, but it's so protected because it's such a miracle of engineering that they can't get rid of it. It's too powerful.
Here we go. The Guardian. This is the second time I've gone to them today. Okay, the gosh. Roundup Row is the world's most popular weed killer carcinogenic. Producer Monsanto, I didn't know Monsanto did, of course they do, is facing thousands of lawsuits from customers who now have cancer, but not all experts are convinced of the link. What are the answers? Don't make me read this.
Yeah, just should have gone on Quora where they just judge you. Just spray a bit of Roundup in your face, you'll be fine.
What's the answer? What's the answer? It's too complex. There's too many issues.
I can't find the answer.
Okay, International Agency for Research on Cancer is funded by the World Health Organization. Definitely can't trust those.
Come on. They would probably tell you can't eat a Subway that's been left in the fridge for 3.5 days.
They would.
They'd probably say that you're going to die for sure. Well, here I am, everybody.
All I'm saying.
Subway. And if you want clarification on my Subway order, let me know and I'll put it in.
Do you know one thing that's never given anyone cancer ever?
Go on.
My Foodie Box.
Wow. What a stat.
Right. And blah, blah. So agents cancer. Some examples of classification. Okay. Group 1 carcinogens. See, this is, man, I knew this. I've been banging on about this for months to you on this
oh no.
On this very platform.
Yeah.
Group 1 carcinogens. I assume that's the worst.
Sounds pretty bad to me.
It sounds like a bad one, right? You don't want to be in group 1. Alcoholic drinks.
Oh, no.
Group 1 carcinogen. I'm telling you, man, I've drunk so little this year. The last year, I was president of the Perth Beer Club, but I was impeached. No, I was, I had my term and I moved on. And it's the least I've ever drank in a year since I was 16.
Well, do you think this carcinogenic talk's getting to your brain a little bit? And this World Health Organization telling you about carcinogenics and it's in the beers?
I was literally just sipping on a Johnny Walker and Coke. Okay.
Lovely.
Number 2, also in group 1 carcinogens, asbestos. That little number.
Oh no. So if it's a pick between like a, I don't know, an alcoholic beverage or like, I don't know, like a sandwich or a biscuit of asbestos, which one do you pick?
It's an ice cream sandwich between a couple of bits of
asbestos
asbestos.
crackers, and cheese.
Okay, and I'll give you the last four in group one. Diesel engine exhaust emissions.
Okay.
I've got a diesel car. Indoor tanning.
Okay.
Tobacco.
Damn it.
X-rays.
Okay. Yeah. No, that is a bummer because I get like 7 X-rays a week.
Now you tell me, out of that list of 6.
Yes.
Okay. If you're gonna, I'm trying to think how to phrase this. These are all in the same category. They're all group 1 carcinogens.
The best ones, yeah.
The best ones, the best carcinogens we have to offer on this planet.
Yes.
You've got asbestos. You literally like have closed down towns because of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Diesel engine exhaust emissions. It's not just diesel, I suppose. Yeah, it's a killer.
It's bad
it's a
for
killer.
You. Yeah.
Indoor tanning, I don't think anyone does that anymore, right? Tobacco, we've outlawed that shit. X-rays, doctors are diving for cover behind walls of lead to avoid that shit. And then there's alcoholic drinks. We go down to the pub just to expose ourselves to X-rays and diesel and asbestos all mixed into a deadly concoction.
It's amazing, isn't it? And long gone are the days, because this used to be a thing where you'd go to a party, you'd have a few beers, a couple of asbestos bickies, jump in the X-ray machine to get a photo. And those days are gone now because people are waking up to the fact that carcinogenics are bad, but still haven't gotten to the booze one, at least in this country.
And this is my point. We say in my lifetime. In our lifetime, there is going to be a move on alcoholic drinks the same way there was a move on tobacco. And in 30 years' time, when I say everyone was smoking in the elevators and in their offices, we're going to talk about the times where we're just sinking piss, all day long.
Yeah, this is your best Nostradamus yet.
I reckon. I've been saying this for a while, and it's starting to really sink in.
I've heard you say this before, and it did sit with me. It because of the way people talk about the past always being the Wild West, and it's always been the Wild West to the current generation.
Yeah.
No matter how far you go back, people will go 25 fucking years ago, this place was fucking crazier. You guys probably got a bit crazy in your lives, but holy fucking shit, I can tell you that it was way crazier than that. And I've sort of mentioned to you in the past that we've been a part of multiple generations of relative peace. Do you know what I mean? Where we don't have an idea of the scope of the struggle. You know what I mean? We've got a very sort of lax view on that.
We do. And just to clarify, by the way, those 6 I gave, there's 120 things that are group 1 carcinogens. That was just 6 examples. I didn't realize that.
Oh, okay.
Not just those 6.
Can you give us a group 2?
Yeah, okay. We'll rip through them because I know we don't have much time left. Just to give you context.
Yeah, give me some group 2s because I want a healthier alternative, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay. So here's some healthier alternatives. This is group 2A.
Great.
Okay. There's 82 agents within it.
Excellent.
Here's 6 examples. I'll just rip through them.
Please.
Red meat, indoor emissions from wood burning stoves.
Shit.
Glyphosate being the Roundup thing.
Okay.
Shift work that involves circadian disruption. We've talked about that. I've talked about that on the podcast before. Petroleum refining exposure and frying, emissions from high temperature.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the next time you're firing up a wood steak, on your wood oven, indoors, and it's hot
and it's late at night,
and you just finished your shift.
Yeah. In a petroleum refinery.
You might as well be eating an asbestos biscuit, smoking a cigar, and drinking a beer. No, that's not right. It's a much healthier alternative to drinking a beer while smoking a cigar and eating an asbestos biscuit.
Okay, and now group 2B, to give you the healthiest alternative. If you're going
down the pyramid.
Yeah, if you're gonna deal with carcinogens, these are the best ones.
Okay, great.
There's 311 in group 2B.
That's a lot to choose from.
This is six examples. Dry cleaning exposure.
Yep.
Firefighting exposure.
Yep.
Aloe vera
What?
bracken fern, ginkgo biloba extract.
Oh
lead.
No, that's my favorite.
Yeah, a bit of ginkgo.
Yeah.
Biloba.
Damn it.
And
No
lead.
more.
Lead doesn't sound good, does it? Lead's done some damage before.
How did lead not get LD?
No, but this is its carcinogenic quality. I think lead poisoning, it has...
I'm talking about the element sign for it. Like, it's in like
the PB, sorry.
PB? Yeah, how did it not just get LD?
Why do I think of plum bum? Is that what... I think lead used to be called plum bum or something, or have I just made that up?
Oh, no, it could be the way you remembered it, and that's how you aced your chemistry.
I'm just going to type in plum bum into
Make sure we
Google.
get the right information out to the people.
Plum bum boutique prides themselves on... No? Lead PB. Plum bum Wiktionary. Yeah, where... it's... lead. Yeah. Confirmed.
Wait, you just said confirmed.
Wait, I'm confused. It's sort of confirmed.
Oh, no.
Wait. It depends where... Plum bum.
I'm going to give you some room to back up the pedals.
Wiktionary. Noun. Plum bum. Yeah. 1, lead, in brackets, metal.
Okay.
2, bowl of lead. 3, pipe of lead. 4, pencil. What?
Is this multiple choice? Lock in pencil.
Yeah, so that's where... There you go.
Still don't know.
Well, we've got no time. We'll have to do it next week.
Okay, yep, join us next week where we'll be figuring out what plum bum means. Right. Good stuff, man. We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you then.